Welcome to Matterley Basin for round 13 of the FIM MX1 Motocross World Championship. My name is Paul Malin. You join us here on a hot sunny day here in the south of England in Hampshire at Matterley Basin. Glorious circuit, wide. It's got everything in it, from cambers to uphills, downhills, big jumps, waves, you name it, it's got it. And so far this weekend, in this 4-day festival of motocross, we've seen everything from amateurs to 65s, 85s, right the way through to the very best riders in MX1. So sit back and enjoy these images. We'll be back in a moment with the first race. $1,640 meters long, this circuit here at Matterley Basin. The MX1 guys about to do 35 minutes plus 2 laps, around about 40 minutes or thereabouts, give or take a few seconds. That was them just a moment ago with on their sighting lap. But we're getting ready to go down to Amy. She's on the grid. She caught up with some of our MX1 riders just a short while ago as they were watching the MX2 race. Interesting to hear what they think, and here she is. Here's Amy.
We're down on the start line for the MX1 race 1. Yesterday in qualifying, we saw an all Red Bull KTM top 3. We're going to go and have a word now with Tony Cairoli, who qualified first yesterday. Tony, I know that apart from your home GP, this is one of your favourite GPs to come to, is the British one.
Yeah, it's nice, you know, there is a lot of public and they cheer you on, so the track is also amazing, so it's nice GP. I'm happy there's nice weather and the track looks good.
Thanks, Tony. We're going to move down now and have a word with Rui as well. Rui, we saw a really impressive qualifying race from you yesterday. You had the race lead. Are you happy with how it went?
Yeah, sure. You know, it was a good start, and I moved into first place, and with a couple of laps there, it was good. I was feeling comfortable, but then I had a problem yesterday morning with my shoulder, and today feels okay, so we hope it's going to be not so much pain, so I can do my best and go for a good result.
Thanks, Rui. Have a good race. Right, before we see the MX1 race 1, we're going to take a look behind the scenes of Steve Dixon's Monster Energy Yamaha. You've got a busy weekend ahead of you. It's the British Grand Prix. You've got 3 riders in MX2 and 1 leading the EMX 250 Championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty hectic weekend. It's yeah, it's good to have all our riders back together, and it's nice to have Michael back from his illness. So it's, you know, it's good for the championship. We've got 2 Americans in the race, both from our team. Mel, you know, he's leading the European Championship, and for him, it's a dream come true to come to Matterley Basin in front of his home crowd, leading a championship. You know, it's something he's never dreamed of, and you know, it's earned him a good ride next year with our team in MX2. And then Arno, it's his first ride back since he's had surgery to remove his pin in his wrist, and now he's had some arm pump surgery. So it's going to be interesting to see how, you know, all 3 riders go in the MX2, and hopefully Mel can continue his winning streak.
We didn't see you this year until Sweden. How have the last 4 GPs been?
This year I struggled with an injury at the beginning of the season, and I came back in Sweden. I got 2 top 5s there, and then I struggled in the trips east to Latvia and Russia, and then redeemed myself with a podium in Lockett, and just trying to carry that momentum into here at Matterley Basin.
And this potentially could be your last British Grand Prix. You've been here now since 2008. What are some of the things you'll miss?
I'm going to miss the British fans being over the fence for me and cheering me on, and I'm glad that my last British GP for a while is here at Matterley Basin because the track's really nice, and I lived quite close to here for a while now, so I know the area well, and it's just cool to be here.
This year has been kind of up and down for you. You missed the start of the season through injury, but then putting some solid rides on your return. And then you missed the last GP. Why was that?
I was struggling since I get back from my injury with arm pump, and I definitely needed a surgery for that. So I prefer to do it during the season because, like you said, I anyway missed a lot of the races in the beginning. So did that and couldn't ride in Locust. Missed it, but now I should be 100% for this weekend, so I'm really looking forward.
And how are you feeling in the championship this year?
In the championship, I think I'm pretty far. I mean, the goal now is to get ready for next year, take race by race, and try to improve and get closer to, get on the podium if I can, and try to be back at my level, like 100%, like I really was in the beginning of the season before my injury.
Yeah, it's been a great year for me. One of the best years I've had motocross. Leading the British Championship at the moment, leading the Europeans. I've won 7 out of the 8 races out of the Europeans, so trying to keep the winning streak alive. And here at Matley Basin, it's probably one of my favourite tracks here. All the English crowd is here, everyone's here, mum and dad, family, everyone's here to support me, so try and put up on the top step of the podium and have some fun out there.
Before Fairmont, I got a little bit ill, and we didn't find out until after the French GP. You know, after I did well in Italy and then Brazil and Mexico, and turns out I got sick and I had to take about 2 months of bed rest, and yeah, that 2 months basically just passed up, and I find myself back here at the British GP.
Tony Cairoli was victorious in the qualifying race yesterday from Max Nagel, Ken de Dijker, Rui Gonçalves and Gauthier Paulin, but it wasn't straightforward for Tony Cairoli. Didn't take the lead until lap 8 of 11, having started down in 4th place. Max Nagel, another good qualifying ride from him, second Grand Prix back from injury and the surgery that followed. Ken de Dijker started down in 6th and worked his way up to 3rd. Rui Gonçalves, though, was an early race leader before coming home in 4th position. Commander Sal led as well, but crashed whilst leading and eventually came home in 7th position. So it was Cairoli, Nagel, de Dijker, Gonçalves. Paulin was 5th, Simpson was 6th, de Sal 7, Aranda 8, Borg 9 and Strybos 10. Christian Watley on the Rinaldi Monster Energy Yamaha qualified in 11th position. Was talking to him this morning and said that the bike is so powerful but so easy to ride, and just really looking forward to riding the Grand Prix here this weekend. Jonathan Barragan on the LS Honda was 12th, ahead of Milko Potacek, Evgeny Bobryshev, Sebastian Porcel, Nick Oban, Guarnieri, Kresinov and Parker, with Alex Snow and Graham Irwin 20th and 21st. The Monster Energy 15-second board is up. We're getting ready to go racing here at Matley Basin. Round 13 of the FIM MX1 Motocross World Championship. My name's Paul Mayling. You join us live here on the south coast of England, just outside of Winchester. And the gate about to drop. Big Ken de Dijker there up the inside, number 9, and a little bit of bar banging going on already between one of the Hondas. That'll be Rui Gonçalves, as Tony Cairoli pulls a hole shot up the inside. One of the Rockstar Suzukis around the outside there, right at the back of that scene. But it's de Sal, I think, in 3rd position, looking to go 2nd, but gets squeezed out by Ken de Dijker. Oh, and one of the Hondas down. Is that Bobryshev? No, it's Gonçalves. And we've got everybody stopped there. Everyone's clogged up. We've got Potacek, Alfie Smith, Sean Simpson, August Just. So a bunch of riders going down. Deep ruts through that long left-hander. And, oh, Strybos. Or was it Strybos? No, it wasn't Strybos, actually. It was that 112? Couldn't quite see there just a moment ago, but Cairoli it is who leads here, and already looking to put a bit of distance between himself and one of the factory Kawasaki's of Xavier Borg. I think that might be Ken de Dijker and Commander Sal, Max Nagel, all there in the mix in the early stage of the race. Kevin Strybos on the HM Plant KTM down in 6th place. Barragan in there as well, just under the bridge now in the background. Gauthier Paulin didn't make a great start. He's down in around about 8th place, just ahead of Nicolas Aubin and Christophe Pourcel, who fell during the qualifying race yesterday. So he would have started right the way over on the right-hand side, Christophe Pourcel. So a great recovery for him on this opening lap. But Xavier Bourg and Ken de Dijker battling over 2nd and 3rd in the background. De Dijker has the good line coming downhill. Going to get squeezed through there, though, by the Frenchman, Xavier Bourg. The early stages of the race, De Dijker looking to join his teammate, Tony Cairoli, and takes the big jump, triples his way in. Xavier Bourg couldn't quite get the drive down to find his way into, well, keep himself there in 2nd place. So over the line then, it's Tony Cairoli, Ken de Dijker, Xavier Bourg in 3rd, the 121. 25 de Sale is 4th, 12 Nagel is 5th, the 22 of Kevin Strybos is 6th, 21 of Gauthier Paulin is 7th. Then it's the number 7 of Jonathan Barragan in 8th place. Pourcel is 9th, Aubin is 10th, Guarnieri 11th, Tanel Leoc 12th, Alex Snow is 13th, Sebastian Pourcel 14th, Christian Watley in the points in 15th, head of Mark Deruva, Cedric Subarat, Nathan Parker on the STR KTM, Graham Irwin and Santu Tianen. Bobryshev buried down in 26th position at the moment. And also outside the points, Gregory Aranda, Gert Kresnov, Sean Simpson in 23rd, Milko Potazek, Nathan Watson on the PAR Honda. And Rui Gonçalves right at the back, obviously one of the last riders to pick himself up and get going. But look at that, Max Nagel right across the front end there. Everybody else picking their way through that first turn, but Tony Cairoli, when he was 2.7 seconds clear at the end of the first lap. But Ken de Dijker now in 2nd, number 9. There's the 121, the green Kawasaki of Xavier Bourg. The 25, the Rockstar Energy Suzuki, number 25 there, Clement de Sale. He's in 4th. The number 12 there, Max Nagel. He's in 5th place. Strybos has just been passed by Gauthier Paulin, the number 21, the green Kawasaki. So a better start for him, for Gauthier Paulin. So he'll want to do all he can in the remaining 31.5 minutes. Plus 2 laps to find a way to get on the gas and find his way onto the rear wheels of the likes of Max Nagel, Clement de Sale, Xavier Bourg, Ken de Dijker, and be challenging for a podium position. There's Nagel. Oh, de Sale was a little bit wide there. Recovers well though, takes a look over his shoulder just to see who it is breathing down his neck. Probably needs a couple of laps to settle down here, does Clement de Sale, as he hits the Monster Energy finish line jump. But Max Nagel, number 12, won't let him off the hook. Looking for different lines. Here's the German. Oh, they're getting very close to the outside there. Coming out of that left-hander before they leap back on just past turn 1. But Cairoli it is, who's 3.5 seconds clear at the moment. Look at that, 21 in the background. Gauthier Paulin just closing in. That was Paulin going up the inside of Kevin Strybos. So that's where he made a move, made that stick, goes up in the 6th place now, Gauthier Paulin. Just at the end of that previous lap. There's his teammate, Xavier Bourg, still there in 3rd position. Starting to pull away a little bit from Clement de Sale. Just taking a little bit of time getting going here, but it's a fast track. Carl Nunn, who was in with me during the MX2 broadcast a short while ago, former Grand Prix race winner at Matcham's Park. The British Grand Prix back in 2004, I think it was, maybe 2005 off the top of my head. But, oh, who's that gone down? Simpson? Or is it Watley? Watley. So Christian Watley out. So after a good start and being there in 14th position, Christian Watley, just trying to work out where that is on the track. Is it down one of the downhills? Maybe. Maybe we'll get to see an onboard replay of that in terms of where it was on the circuit. Meanwhile, though, number 12, Max Nagel, the orange Red Bull KTM, just there, the second rider in shot, going after the yellow Suzuki of Clement de Sale, the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MX1 machine, as they battle for 4th position. But thought he was going up the inside there. Going to try and break and square off the Belgian. Goes up the inside. Whoa, runs him wide as well. Great move from Max Nagel. And closes in, and De Sal jumps a little bit short on the finish line jump. He won't like that being pushed around. He did hurt his hand, though, when he crashed in the qualifying race. So I don't know how much pain he's riding in, Clément De Sal. So number 12, Max Nagel, then goes up into 4th position. This is Watley on the step down, coming out of the turn, turn 7. Just jumped out of the track. And then obviously you see the ground falling away, and obviously sent him sprawling down to the deck. So Christian Watley, his debut Grand Prix race on the Monster Energy Ronaldo Yamaha. Going down the hill and out of the moto. He'd probably get himself back up into the race, but won't be confident of him getting in the points from there. Plus, we don't know the damage of the bike from that crash. Yeni Bobashev, though, 777, trying to work his way up through the field at the moment. Behind Graham Irwin. So in 21st position at the moment. Although he might have found a way past Sean Simpson, has he already? No, Simpson already on the charge. 30, Gregory Aranda, he's in 20th position. 19th now, probably having just moved up past Graham Irwin. There's Christophe Pourcel, he's in 9th on the CP377. Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki. We've got glorious weather here at the moment, although just had a little bit of information just a moment ago that absolutely hammering down with rain in Wimbledon, just south of London. So I'm not sure if that's going to make its way over towards this part of the world during the course of the rest of the afternoon. There's Rui Gonçalves, another rider who's having to charge his way through. Out of the points at the moment for the Honda World Motocross rider. Just gone by the number 95 of August Just, the Latvian Elksny Honda rider. Fastest man on track, though, Ken Didyka, 159.6. Just under half a second quicker than the guy there, number 222, his teammate, Tony Cairoli. Ooh, who's this? Heard a panic rep just a moment ago through my headset, and is that running wide? Is that Subarat? Might have been Subarat. Nagel's found a way through on Xavier Borg, so Nagel now in 3rd. Didn't see that pass, but Xavier Borg, the Kawasaki rider there, 121. That's the guy we're looking at there in the green. He drops to 4th place. Clément De Sal there, yellow, Suzuki, he's in 5th. Gauthier Paulin just on the rear wheel of him in 6th position. So De Sal not really making any headway around this Matterley Basin circuit in the early stages of this first MX1 race. Gauthier Paulin, though, number 21 there, Factory Kawasaki Racing. He's finding his way onto the rear wheel of Clément De Sal. So there'll be a bit of a challenge going on there. Just depends how much of a fight Clément De Sal is prepared to put up. Not sure as to the real reason why. Maybe just carrying that niggle, as we said a moment ago, with the hand injury. Gave it a good old shake as he picked himself up yesterday after crashing in the turn just prior to where we saw Christian Watley go down. But Ken Didyka losing ground to Tony Cairoli, who goes fastest, the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:59.357 for Tony Cairoli. 4.3 gap now, 4.3 seconds now, that gap back to Ken Didyka. That's him there in the background. There's our race leader, Tony Cairoli, 2:22. Took his 50th Grand Prix victory 2 weekends ago in the Czech Republic. Equals the great, the legendary Joel Robert, a 6-time 250cc world champion. The first few coming on CZ Machinery, the last coming on Suzuki's. As a factory Suzuki rider, all of his 50 Grand Prix wins coming in that 250 category. Tony Cairoli is, of course, coming in MX2 and MX1. Ken Didyka, though, he's still stuck on 5 Grand Prix victories. Look to win here in Great Britain. Not sure he's got the answer to Tony Cairoli, though, barring any mistakes. I mean, just look how smooth Cairoli is, just absolutely effortless. But Tadika riding inspired as we are on board with Strybos here. In that 7th position, having been passed a couple of laps ago by Gauthier Paulin. There you see the gap. Halfway through the wave section. Here's Paulin as we go on board with Strybos. 90-degree left-hand turn, slight rise there, just upset the balance of the bike slightly. But no problems for Kevin Strybos. But 23.5 minutes to go. Cairoli leads, is 4.3 seconds clear. Nagel is 3rd, Borg 4th, De Salt, Paulin, Strybos, Barragan, Christophe Pourcel and Guarnieri round out the top 10. Clement De Salt coming under pressure from the 21 of Gauthier Paulin. This is the battle for 5th position. So the green Kawasaki of the tall Frenchman Gauthier Paulin going after the yellow Suzuki of the stocky Clement De Salt of Belgium. Not going to make it easy for him, I wouldn't think, although Max Nagel did go through here earlier on in the race. Xavier Borg is falling into the clutches of the two as well as they push each other forward towards the second rider in the factory Kawasaki squad. That's the view from pit lane, looking out over the circuit. Matterley Basin on this hot, humid day. Gauthier Paulin struggled in qualifying yesterday, but eventually had a good turn of speed in the second half of the qualifying race. Put himself up in the 5th, but he'll want to be a little bit higher up than he is now. Challenging Clement De Salt, who makes a mistake, and it was as easy as that in the end for the 21, Gauthier Paulin. So Paulin now moves himself up in the 5th place on lap 6. So we've got just under 22 minutes plus 2 to go. Around about 26 minutes of action yet to run in this first FIM MX1 motocross race here, round 13 of the FIM MX1 Motocross World Championship. It's the British Grand Prix. We're a couple miles outside of Winchester in Hampshire. Been here since Thursday, but MX1, MX2 always run Saturday, Sunday, so everything else built around this World Championship schedule. It incorporated European 65, European 85, European 125 and European 250, as well as MX3, Women's Motocross World Championship, the Veterans World Cup and an amateur class. And this morning, just after MX1 warm-up, around about 10 o'clock, all 350 riders that are here this weekend across the 10 classes did a parade lap, and the noise was absolutely insane. 2 strokes, 4 strokes, from 65s right the way through to 450s, just riding steadily. All the marshals were out on the flags, on the jumps, on their posts, waving the flags. The air horns were going. The fans really got into it. The kids enjoyed it. They loved it. And it really did set the tone for what is turning out to be a great weekend of World Championship action. Just saw a fantastic MX2 race a moment ago. Tony Cairoli, though, out on his own in MX1, 5.2 seconds clear of his teammate Ken Tadika. Max Nagel is in 3rd. He's 5 seconds clear now of Xavier Borg. And then we've got the 25 of Clement De Salt, and then the 22, the HM Plant KTM UK of Kevin Strybos, who's been on the podium more than he expected this year in a World Championship. Has Kevin Strybos, 3rd in Brazil, and then 2 consecutive podiums in Sweden and Latvia. So doing his best to try and find a way to get on the rear wheel of Clement De Salt, his fellow countryman of Belgium. Sebastian Pourcel was 17th, comes in for running repairs on the CP377 Monster Energy Kawasaki. But Clement De Salt up over the front of the bike, big wide stance. Let everything be absorbed through his upper body, through those forearms. The thing with De Salt, you never know whether he's trying or not. The style stays the same whether he pushes or whether he's on the gas and charging hard through the field. Can be very deceptive at times, can the riding style of Commander Sal. Strybos, though, you see when he's charging, just works a little bit harder, moves a little bit more around the bike. But De Sal and Strybos over the line now, 7 laps complete for them, still 18.5 minutes, plus 2 to go. A bit further down the order. After these two, Strybos there in 6th place, in 7th place, sorry. We've got, well, there's Sean Simpson. So Sean Simpson also has his own special Monster Energy Yamaha helmet. The Monster Claw on the left and the Scottish flag on the top. Proud Scot, just like his old man Willie. Willie Simpson, of course, a former British Championship runner and Grand Prix racer through the 80s and the early 90s. But Strybos looking closer, looking to make a move onto Sal. Sal will know he's there, but in true Commander Sal fashion, he'll sit there, he'll have the radar on, and he'll say, you know what, you're going to pass me, you're going to have to go in through me or around me. Won't make it easy for him. Cairoli, though, 6.5 seconds clear of Commander Sal. Nagel is 3rd, 4 seconds further back. Then we've got Xavier Bourg, 6 seconds further back. Then these two. Oh, sorry, Gauthier Paulin, the 21, who's now within striking distance of his teammate Xavier Bourg. Then we've got Commander Sal, Kevin Strybos, Jonathan Barragan closing in ever so slightly there in the red on the LS Motors Honda. That's him here, number 7. Having a good ride in this first race. Here's Barragan in 8th place. Then we've got Christophe Pourcel in 9th, but he's 4 seconds further down of the Spaniard. Guarnieri, the number 39 Silver Action KTM rider from Italy. He's in 10th place, ahead of the build-based Honda of Nicolas Aubin. Just riding domestically this year in the British Championship and other British series. Just opting in the odd Grand Prix here and there. Then we've got Tano Leop in 12th, the second of the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MX1 riders, teammate to the guy on the right there, just ahead of this guy, Kevin Strybos, of course, that being Commander Sal. Then we've got Sean Simpson in 13th after his mistake on lap 1, going out of this turn here. Then Mark Deruva, Ice One Racing Kawasaki is 14th. Bobryshev now 15th. Alex Snow, Graham Irwin, Gregory Aranda, Milko Podizek, Gert Krestinov. So still no sign of Rui Gonçalves inside the points or even close. 21st now he is. So he was down for a considerable amount of time. There's Christophe Pourcel. 9th place at the moment. Guarnieri only a 1.5 back, 2 seconds back. But Pourcel himself had a big crash just after the More My tabletop, that next left-hander it looked like. That was in the qualifying race. But in a similar way to Commander Sal, Christophe Pourcel, you never know whether he's trying or whether he's pushing or whether he's relaxed, or he always looks relaxed on the bike, or whether he's actually just half interested. The style stays the same. But again, won't always make it easy for the guy to find a way through. But Davide Guarnieri in that 10th place, just behind him there, number 39. Silver Action KTM. Former Grand Prix winner in MX2. Going after the former world champion from MX2, 2006, Christophe Pourcel. Looks like Max Nagel starting to close in slightly on Ken de Dijker. That gap down to about 3 seconds now. So that's been coming down over the last few laps. Max Nagel, he'll be looking to try and do something about Ken de Dijker. The lap time last time around, very, very similar. Rui Gonçalves now pops up into the points in 19th on the previous lap, lap 8. But the 21, Gauthier Paulin getting closer to his teammate Xavier Bourg. Those two are running 4th and 5th at the moment. Of course, rule number 1, always beat your teammate. That's what Xavier Bourg's trying to do, as he apparently has to look for a ride next year. We're going down a pit lane, and we're getting ready to speak to the factory Kawasaki racing team.
Joining me in the pit lane, Francois Lemery, Xavier and Gauthier running 4th and 5th at the moment. Xavier made a really great start to this race.
Yeah, Xavier did a really good start. Gauthier was not so far away, and they are now fighting for the 4th place, so that's good, and we are waiting the checkered flag, you know.
Thank you, Francois.
Fourth and 5th, Xavier Bourg, Gauthier Paulin. That's these two right here on screen, both KRT, Kawasaki Racing Team members. The official Kawasaki Racing Team riders. Of course, you've got Christophe Pourcel down in 9th place on the CP377. Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, but little or no factory material coming from those guys, all of it Pro Circuit. And these guys here have access direct to Japan. Any new parts that come their way, they get to test. And if they're any good, they put them on, race with them, and hope their results improve. In terms of the championship, Tony Cairoli, 30 points clear of Clément Dessalles before the start of this first race. Brazil extend that lead over Dessalles because Cairoli, 25 points for him at the moment. Dessalles down in 6th. That'll only be 15 points, so he'll take another 10 points back. Will Cairoli, that gap will go to 40. Of course, he's got to deal with this guy. There's Clément Dessalles, number 22. Kevin Strybos. Barragan inching ever so closer in that 8th position at the moment on the LS Honda, the red machine just coming into view now. So too, Strybos having a look at Clément Dessalles at the bottom of the hill. That's where he lost the position to Gauthier Paulin. And we're on board. Great images here from Strybos. Not going to find a way through over the jump to the inside. Dessalles cuts through, so too does Strybos. Maybe just not aggressive enough in that top corner, maybe just not close enough to do something about Dessalles there, but this is the battle for 6th place, and of course, Strybos goes through, he will lose another point, and go from 15 points to 14 for 7th, and that gap will be 41, back to Tony Cairoli, so getting back to where he was before the Swedish Grand Prix, before those 2 DNFs, the 5-time world champion in terms of the points advantage at the top of the standings. Gert Kressenoff in the points on the MDRD Suzuki Honda, down in 20th place. Alex Snow just ahead of him in 19th. Milko Podesek 18th. Graham Irwin on the JK Gebbon machine this weekend in 17th place. As once again, Kevin Strybos works out how to find a way to pass Clément Dessalles, who's got a very wide radar on underneath that helmet of his. And all the while that Kevin Strybos takes to pass Clément Dessalles, the guy in the background moving closer with each passing lap, with each passing turn, is the number 7, Jonathan Barragan. Strybos 6th place in the championship. 49 points down on Ken de Dijker. De Dijker currently 2nd in the race at the moment. In terms of the 2nd place championship position, Clément Dessalles has 27 points over Christophe Pourcel, and he'll extend that. But here's the battle for 4th place. Gauthier Paulin and Xavier Bourg. Xavier Bourg, 121, Factory Kawasaki Racing, trying to defend the inside as his teammate tries to go around the outside. This is a battle for 4th position. Through the wave section they go. Guy with the red shoulders, number 21, Gauthier Paulin, squares, or he tried to square neatly at the inside of the 121, who then goes to the inside to Xavier Bourg. But now he goes down the inside. Does Gauthier Paulin, looks like he's going to make the pass stick. Yeah, up on the pegs. No reply there from the 121, Xavier Bourg. So now we've got to change for fourth position. So after 11 laps, and as they're making their way to lap 12, Cairoli continues to lead. We're waiting for Ken Didijker to come through. There he goes, 11 seconds down on Tony Cairoli. Then it's Max Nagel, just a second further back. So that battle for second then going to be between Ken Didijker and Max Nagel. Xavier Borg has come under pressure and been passed by Gauthier Paulin. So Paulin now fourth, Xavier Borg fifth. Here's DeSalle. There's Strybos. 6th and 7th for those two guys. There's Didijker and Nagel. So that's the battle for second position. And Max Nagel, obviously a late arrival into the World Championship, didn't find his way back in until 2 weeks ago in Lockett in the Czech Republic. He makes a mistake, and then so too does Didijker. And Nagel goes through, quick as you like. And Didijker looked like he just ran wide there, going in that turn, overshot the berm. You see the body language of him. He just, as he came in, he looked like he tipped to the right. The camera panned around, and obviously Didijker then making a mess of that turn. Fortunately for him, he's got enough of an advantage for it not to have bothered him. But Max Nagel, he's there now. A good second position for him. He was third in the first moto in Lockett in the Czech Republic 2 weeks ago. Followed that up with a fourth when Christophe Pourcel found a way through. Look at this, Ken Didijker, you just see the body language here. As he goes in, he knew then straight away that he was running wide and just popped over the berm at the end. Then the camera obviously turned back. Saw him just trying to get his way back in. But just lost time, did Ken Didijker with that off-track excursion. Couldn't make the triple on the downhill. So that will give Max Nagel a nice, comfortable gap. It was around about, 11 seconds to Tony Cairoli last time around. I can't see that changing much, but the gap to third now with Didijker. So 13.5 seconds Tony Cairoli has over Max Nagel. It's a Red Bull KTM 1-2-3 with Ken Didijker another 7 seconds further back in that third place. Gauthier Paulin, we're waiting for him to come through. 10 seconds further back on the Kawasaki Racing Team entry. Then we have still got Xavier Borg, Clément DeSalle and Kevin Strybos. Those three separated by 4 seconds. Pretty much the length of the straight. Tony Cairoli just looks like he's out on a bit of fun, an afternoon ride here at Matchley Basin, taking a quick look over his shoulder, see where everybody is. Well, he needn't worry because they're at least 13.5 seconds behind him. So it's going to be a hard race today in his post-race interview after the qualifying moto. It's quite a fast track, so it's going to be warm. There's some fast guys out there. But the rider's landing heavily off that step down, though, into turn 6. Pourcel, one of them. Oh, Christophe Pourcel looked like he made a mistake at the top there as well. The front end just got away from him, but look at this. We've got Aubin trying to find a way through on Guarneri and goes through there. So 131, Nicolas Aubin, the Bill-Base Honda rider from Caen in northern France. Bobryshev is out. 15th position for him. He came over the line in 15th. Going to be no points on the board for the Honda rider. Don't know why at this stage, but one guy here fighting for every point. The 131, Nicolas Aubin. Seat, no seat. Can't believe it, look, the mechanics. You get yourself up to 15th position, your seat falls off. Well, with 4.5 minutes to go, I remember when I used to be under the watchful eye of Alec Wright, we used to do things like that. Used to call it problem training, where you would do your morning warm-ups, your practice times, you get your time training, you do a moto, and then you do another moto at the end of the day where we disconnect the clutch lever or something like that, or leave the bike in second, or take the seat off, and he make you do a moto or a semi-moto, 25 minutes or something like that. For that situation. Because situations like that, okay, Bobryshev is not going for the championship now. He's missed too many points through injuries and one thing or another, but if he'd have been going for the championship, you've got to ask yourself the question, with 4 minutes plus 2 laps to go, would he have pulled out? Probably not. A little bit uncomfortable in some of the corners, but for the most part, when you stood up, won't notice it. There's Jonathan Barrigan, still trying to find a way to close in on this guy here. Our onboard camera, Kevin Strybos, the HM plan. Ooh, nasty, horrible hole there, midway through that turn. Gliding his way up and over the step up. That's where Didika went out. Second, third gear, third, fourth gear. Monster Energy quad. There's Sean Simpson, number 24, still in 13th position for him. Was he about 15 seconds down on Tano Leok? So Tano Leok, the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MX1 rider, didn't make a great start. The Estonian. There he is in 12th place, and he's all over the back of Davide Guarneri, and not far off Nicola Oban either. So still potentially a 10th place finish here for Tano Leok, number 4, as we continue to look at Sean Simpson, just one position behind him in that 13th place. Alex Snow down in 20th place, Graham Irwin in the points in 18th. But Nicola Oban having a good ride in that 10th place. How far down is he on Christophe Pourcel? We've had 15 laps complete from Tony Cairoli, who's 15 seconds clear at the moment of Max Nagel. 8 seconds further back is Ken Didika in 3rd place. Number 21, Gauthier Paulin, is 4th, with Xavier Bourg, the 121, in 5th. There was Tano Leok closing right in now on the 39 of Davide Guarneri. This is going to be the battle for 11th place, but Strybos, though, still going after Clement de Sal. Strybos loses a little bit of drive, bounces the uphill double as he goes after Clement de Sal. The two Belgians here, the Suzuki and the KTM, as they head up over the big step up into the left-hander here. Turn 8. There's Ken Didika. He's through the wave section. He was about a half a second quicker than Max Nagel last time around, but still around 8 seconds gap to be made up from the Belgian to the German. Can't even see him look even in the opposite direction at the bottom of the hill. Nice little lazy whip there for him. Nicely up and over the triple, penultimate corner. Final right-hander. There's Nagel making his way on the pit straight. As Ken Didika comes over the line around about now. That gap now 9 seconds, so good consistent laps here for Max Nagel, who really is a different rider since he's come back from injury. He had a long time to get healed, make sure he was 100% healed. I guess he's had a long time as well to evaluate his situation in terms of what's important to him as a racer. And as long as he keeps making great starts, not going to go far wrong, but quicker than the best of the rest. Tony Cairoli, though, still reigning supreme. 15.5 seconds clear now of Max Nagel, his Red Bull KTM teammate. Strybos, though, still having trouble finding a way past Clement de Sal. Better drive this time, though, as they head uphill on lap 17. Will he go through the inside here? No. Has to pull out of the challenge because de Sal keeps it nice and tight. Slingshots his way through. Barrigan now has dropped back a little bit. 4 seconds off the back of these guys. Commander Sal and Kevin Strybos, who were on board with. Simpson still in 13th place. Tanel Leok still just ahead of him in 12th. Hasn't found a way yet past Davide Guarneri. Here's Xavier Bourg, 121. That's the gap between him in 5th place and Commander Sal here, number 25, in 6th. The KTM of Kevin Strybos still within striking distance, but so far as yet has not been able to do anything about the smooth riding style. Oh, a mistake there from Strybos. But Tony Cairoli really has given everybody a riding lesson here this afternoon in this first race. But at the start, made the whole shot, kept it nice and clean, and of course in front of all the 65 and 85 European riders as well. Those guys will be in awe, having seen this kid do it for real. Nice and neat through the turn. As I said earlier, doesn't look like he's trying. There's Max Nagel. He's had a good race. He definitely tried. He tried to catch Ken de Dijker when he was in that 2nd position. He found a way through. De Dijker made a mistake, and that was all she wrote. Basically went through into 2nd. And he's there now in a good, strong position. 7, 8 seconds a gap between Max Nagel and Ken de Dijker in 3rd place. Gauthier Paulin still there in 4th. Xavier Bourg still in 5th. De Sal still 6th, but we've seen the onboard camera just a moment ago how close that is between De Sal and Strybos, but with just over a lap to go, can't see him striking. Right, there's Guarneri. What's happened to him? Because Guarneri was, in fact, Tanel Leok's found a way through. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for Tanel Leok. And there is Leok. 3rd rider in shot. There's Christophe Pourcel, 377, Oban and Leok. So Tanel Leok then has found a way through and is going after Nicolas Oban for 10th place. So we thought that might happen as they approach the 1 lap to go board in a handful of corners time. Ah, mistake there from Oban. So the Bill-based Honda rider, 131, closing in on Christophe Pourcel, 377. But Tanel Leok really having to fight for these points here. He was right at the back going through the first turn. But now he's on the rear wheel of Nick Oban. Trying to find a way through, though. Just needs to be close enough to pounce. There's Pourcel. He looks pretty comfortable there. Mistake there from Oban. Doesn't get the jump down, nor too does Tanel Leok. He squares off, going to go up the inside here. Good drive, good traction. Not as slick, not as choppy. Tries to lean on the Frenchman. Does the yellow Suzuki. Side by side there. Oban takes a look over. Immediately goes from right to left to protect the inside. That allows the 4 of Tanel Leok to counter that. Keeps it nice and low down the hill. Had that big crash here last year with Billy McKenzie, remember? McKenzie jumped the 4. Leok didn't get the drive, and that was that. But Tony Cairoli, though, 16, 17 seconds clear. He's going to take the checkered flag here. And the Red Bull Factory KTM rider wins Moto #1 here at Matterley Basin. And he will extend his points lead by at least 10 points over Clément de Sal in the process. Max Nagel comes home in 2nd. He'll be more than pleased with that. That's 1 position better than he went this time 2 weeks ago. There's Watley, 23, after that crash. Watley in the points in 19th. third, Kenda Dyker. Waiting for Paulin. He goes through in fourth. Fifth was Xavier Borg. And Tanel Leok didn't quite find a way through. Nothing in it between Porcel, Oban and Leok. So it's Cairoli, Nagel, De Dyker, Paulin, Xavier Borg, Commander Sal, Kevin Strybos in 7th, Jonathan Barragan 8th, Christophe Porcel 9 with Nicolas Oban 10th. And just running out of time, Tanel Leok having to come home in 11th. That was race 1. So Kenda Dyker then parks his bike. He's third position. He walks over to the podium area. It's going to be a Red Bull KTM 1, 2, 3 on the podium in race 1. Riders still coming in over the line. Ruben Salves, he'll pick up 14th place. Not what he wanted, but him and Sean Simpson both going down on the first lap, right at the start of the race, turn 3. That's the moment Tony Cairoli was victorious in Moto number 1. Lit the candles. Nice little fist pump. Give you the rundown in a moment. The official classification. But some surprises in there, some good points in there for some of the riders. Tony Cairoli wins race 1 here at Matterley Basin from Max Nagel, Kenda Dyker, Gauthier Paulin, Xavier Borg, Commander Sal, Kevin Strybos, Jonathan Barragan and Christophe Porcel. Good 10th place finish for the build-based Honda rider Nicolas Oban from the Suzuki of Tanel Leok in 11th. Davide Guarneri was 12th, and then it was Sean Simpson, Ruben Salves, Mark de Ruva, Milko Podolzek, Gert Kresinov in 17th. Graham Irwin, good points for him in 18th. Christian Watley likewise in 19th, however, could have been better for him had he not crashed. And then Alex Snow down in 20th place. So points for 3 Brits, 18th, 19th and 20th. In terms of the championship, by my reckoning, Cairoli would have taken another 10 points, so he'll be 40 points clear now of Commander Sal. Look at the eyes there, just focusing ahead. Sal's second, losing ground, so too Christophe Porcel and Gauthier Paulin likewise. Then De Dyker, Strybos, Borg and Leok. No change for them. Gonsalves still 9th. Simpson still 10th. Bobryshev still 11th. Obviously, Philippart's not here this weekend. Barragan still down in 13th position. Getting ready to go down to speak to our winner, Tony Cairoli. It was a walk in the park for the Red Bull KTM factory rider. Here he is down by the podium. Here's our race winner, Tony Cairoli.
Tony, well done. Nice first race from you. You led from the start. You happy with that result?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really happy. I expect to make a good start, and I know that also my teammates are really good on the start. So we had a good start of all KTM. So we are already on the top 3 already once this year. Already 3 KTM in Latvia. So hopefully now with Max we can be also on this track next race. I hope it's gonna be the same with all the KTMs on the podium. So you can wish you can't wish for a better result.
Well done. We'll see you for second race.
Nice and easy for Tony Cairoli. And as he says, all KTMs on the top steps of the podium, first, second and third. Him, Max Nagel and Kenda Dyker. Nagel was second. He's waiting to speak to Amy down by the podium.
Max, again, another great result from you. How was that first race for you?
It was great. I make a small mistake on the start. Normally I could win the start. I really like it, but I make a small mistake and I didn't come out of the gate. Then I was like 5th, 6th position. And then I was really surprised that I could pass Clément and Xavier Bourg, these guys in Ken, because they were pushing really hard. And still I was finding so good lines to pass them. And then, to Tony was the gap too far, and he was also too fast to follow him. But I'm so happy with the 2nd place. Hopefully I can make it this weekend on the podium. Would be great. Just happy.
Max Nagel takes 2nd for that first moto.
Every reason to be happy. Max Nagel, the Red Bull KTM rider. He pushed, he found his way onto the rear wheel of the likes of Clément de Sale and Ken de Dijker, and in the end found his way into 2nd position. So the guy is in the shop window. He's looking for a ride for 2012. Rumours saying he may have already done one, but if he hasn't, well, going to be teams out there chasing him left, right and centre, because for the 2nd week in a row since he came back from injury, Max Nagel has shown he's worth taking a shot on in 2013.
Ken, good to see you back in the top 3. It's obviously getting very hot out there. How is it out on track?
It's quite difficult. Also, they make a lot of corners flat, so yeah, it's quite fast in the beginning. But then when the lines come good and was good, I had a good start, made it a little bit easier. But yeah, I need to be more focused and less mistakes for the 2nd moto, and then it's going to be okay.
Well done. We'll see you for 2nd race.
So Ken de Dijker then 3rd in the first race. He rounds out the podium, making it a Red Bull 1, 2, 3. Looking forward to the 2nd moto, but it's going to be a long, hard race, that 2nd race. It's going to be bumpy, it's going to be warm, it's going to be muggy, humid, sticky. You name it. These riders are going to be suffering out there. But for the first race, though, Tony Cairoli, Max Nagel and Ken de Dijker making it look easy. Well, MX1, race 1, Ken Dijker got off to a good start, but so too did Tony Cairoli. He came in from around gate 5 and held a nice tight line as Clément de Sale got bumped there. So while that was going on, Xavier Bourg was trying to defend 2nd position from Ken de Dijker. De Dijker eventually went through as early as lap 2 or 3. So at that point, there was a Red Bull KTM 1-2. The two factory Kawasaki's then of Xavier Bourg and Gauthier Paulin then came together, and that was Paulin going up into 4th place, pushing his teammate back into 5th. That's where Paulin and Xavier Bourg would finish. Tony Cairoli, though, making it look so easy out front, with Ken de Dijker still in that 2nd until he made that mistake behind, or as he was trying to pull away from Max Nagel, who was applying the pressure. So then it was Cairoli from Max Nagel from Ken de Dijker. Paulin was 4th, Xavier Bourg was 5th, and eventually the win went to Tony Cairoli, making it look oh so easy here in Matterley Basin. Back in a moment with the 85cc race 2. Don't go away.